Hey, what's up, Master Trainers? This is your host, Charlie Jonas here, straight out of Jurassic Valley, and today I'm gonna be explaining more rules. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up from where we left off in the previous video, since today we're gonna start to talk about the evil teams, which this time regards the rule number 8. Let's also go ahead and follow up on the websites as well, since in today's video I'm gonna be using pretty much just it in order to explain the rules. Alright then, so all set up, without further ado, let's get started. Team Rocket, Team Aqua, Team Magma, Team Galactic, Team Plasma, Team Flare, Team Skull, and Team Yell. Finally, we get to know the great villains of the game, the evil teams. Doesn't matter which map you play, of course, except Evil Skirmish, aka Super Express mode, they will always be there to try to achieve their evil plan and to take the victory from the player's hand. Alright? So that's very important. We gotta remember that in this game, besides player versus player, we also have the game versus the players. Every time a player draws a team event card, a battle begins immediately, unless Doom Rocket is enabled. Alright, so here, if you know nothing about event card, I'm gonna leave a video up there in the cards for you, so you can check it out afterwards, alright? Since there I already explained exactly what each one of them do. And if you remember, I'm already explaining about Doom Rocket when I was regarding the weather and environment change. So if you also didn't see this video, I'm gonna be leaving up there in the cards as well, alright? So yeah, so the player is going to face the evil team every time they draw an event card, okay? The respective team event card. A battle begins immediately, alright? Unless Doom Rocket is enabled, because if you remember well, if Doom Rocket is enabled, the battle is not even going to happen, alright? Meaning that the player already lost, okay? Disregarding how many active Pokemon or eventual Pokédolls the player might have, okay? So here it's saying that every time a player draws this card, he's going to face Team Rocket. Whether if the battle is going to happen or not, there's no way around it, alright? You gotta face them, no escape. Even Pokédolls item cards cannot keep you from it. Alright, and here we have an example of a team event card, the one we could find on Kanto and Johto map. Of course, we're talking about the Team Rocket one, okay? The team's rival cards players will oppose will depend on the player's highest label. Alright, so this is very important as well, okay? So the card players are going to face, the rival card one this time, is going to be proportional to the highest label Pokemon in their hands. And then we have an example. If a player's highest labeled Pokemon is a blue color one, then the picked team rival card will be the one with a blue dot. So if you know nothing about color label, I'm also gonna be leaving a video up there in the cards for you to check it out. So to make it short, there are mainly 4 different colors: yellow, red, blue, green, and pink ones, okay? So the color of the card you're going to face will always depend on the highest label Pokemon on your hand. It's worth to mention that the orange or black label Pokemon, for this purpose, count accordingly to their back color. Team Rivals card hierarchy, from strongest to weak, okay? So it's going to follow the same hierarchy than the label, being the strongest the yellow and the weakest the pink ones. So here what it's saying is that if we have to consider a black or orange Pokemon, the back of its color is what it's going to count in order to determine the rival's color, alright? So let's make it visual. Okay, so let's say my highest label Pokemon in my hand is a pink color one. So it means that the rival card I'm going to face is going to be this one right here, alright? The one with the pink dot. But if the highest label Pokemon in my hand is a green one, just like this one, then the card I'm going to face is going to be this one right here with the green dot instead. The same happens if I have a blue chip Pokemon, forcing me this time to face a blue chip rival card instead. You could also be a red one, and this time I'm going to face a red rival card with the red dot on it, or it could even be a yellow label one, creating the worst scenario ever and forcing me to face a yellow dot rival card one. Alright? So you can see that the cards get more difficult according the label goes up, okay? And of course, of having a highest label one with an orange front. Although here, in this case, it would count just like any other red chip, okay? So for this purpose, what matters is the back color or the color we can see on the outer ring of the Pokemon image and on the horizontal stripe, alright? And the same happens to Ultra Beasts, okay? So although it is a black chip, it's going to count just like a red one for this purpose. The teams also interfere in the game through the Sabotage event card, again another event card, which makes players flip one or more, it's going to depend on the environment condition, Pokemon chip. Okay, so the teams are striking remotely too. All players must flip an active Pokemon from their hands. So it's gonna force you to knock down a Pokemon from your hand. It could even cause you to reset the map, aka starting all over from the yellow city space. Here in this case, we're talking about Pallet Town. But don't worry too much about it, because we're gonna see it in more details in the further videos. Alright, so to know what happens if the evil teams win a battle, just click here, which we're going to do right now. Although we're gonna start to talk about it just after I ask you something. Would you like to become an etymology master just like me and get to know that Wormadam's name comes from the words bagworm and madame, what explains a lot about its visual and typing, since this evolution is the female one? If the answer is yes, so you should check it out, my Etymology Master online course. There I'm gonna be teaching you everything you need to know behind each Pokemon's name origin in a very fun, quick and visual way. Besides boosting your English vocabulary, you're also gonna earn an exclusive Etymology Master certificate after concluding each one of the courses. And plus all of that, you're also gonna receive a bonus PDF file in order for you to study it again anywhere, anytime, offline. So if you got interested about it, don't forget to check it out, the video gonna be leaving up there in the cards. Alright then, so with that being said, let's go ahead and see what happens if the evil teams win. In case of any team victory, there are only 3 possible scenarios, alright? So always remember that. There are only 3 possible scenarios. Let's talk about the first case. The player has to give away one Pokemon of the same color, of course not the starter one, of the face rival card. In this scenario, the team advances 1 space on their board. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to mimic what's happening here. So let's say I have a Bulbasaur and I have a Frillish, alright? Those are all my Pokemon. Then I go ahead and draw a Team Rocket event card. Here in this scenario, as we've seen before, is going to force me to face a blue dot Team Rocket rival card, which is going to be this one right here, alright? And it's going to use this chip and this bonus dice. We're not going to go through the actual battle since we're going to check it out further in this video series, but let's say I just lost, okay? I lost to Meowth because I just have only 2 Pokemon. So here in this case, what's going to happen is that I have to give up from a Pokemon. And since I cannot give them Bulbasaur, the only option for me is to give up Freelish, alright? So if I just lose, I have to give them a Pokemon of the same color of the card I face, which this time is pink. So pink card, they are going to demand a pink Pokemon. So the only one is possible for me to give away is Freelish. So when it happens, Freelish is going to leave my hand, but not going back to the bag, alright? It's going to be placed right here, right next to the Evil Steam board, at the imprisoned space, okay? So Freelish from now on is going to be an imprisoned Pokemon. And then further on in this video series, I'm going to be teaching you why it could matter or not. Okay, so what's important is that the pink Freelish is not going to be back into the game, at least not this one. Alright, so that was first case. I lost, I give a Pokemon away, and then they gonna come here and move one space, alright? So if they are at 0, they're gonna score 1, but if they already scored 1, they're going to score another point, making it 2, okay? Alright, let's check it out, the second scenario. Second case, if the player has no same color Pokemon to be given away, then his or her starter loses its experience points. In this scenario, the team advances one space on their board too. Alright, so here things start to get slightly more complex, alright? So let's say I just lost my Freelish, but by the time I face Team Rocket again, my Bulbasaur has evolved into an Ivysaur. So now this time I have an Ivysaur, I have another pink Pokemon which is Minccino, and I also have a green one which is Galarian Linoone. And then I go ahead, draw another Team Rocket event card. This time I'm going to face a blue dot rival card, alright? Since the strongest in my hand is the Ivysaur, which is a blue label one, making me this time to go ahead and face the blue team rival card, which is going to be this card right here, and is going to use different chip and different die, alright? Being of course way harder than it was before, and for sure it won't be able for me to beat it up with only 3 Pokemon, mostly because I only have one blue one. Alright, so you gotta have in mind that the rival cards, mainly the ones from the evil teams, were meant to be faced and beat with a full hand. So usually a pink one is going to demand a full pink hand in order for you to have any chances to win. The same goes for green, blue, red, and even yellow, alright? So I'm supposed to face them with a full hand, at least the same color of the card, alright? So here for me, if I would like to have any chance against James, I would need to have at least 4 of my 6 Pokemon blue colored, okay? So that's definitely not the case, so I go ahead and I lose once more to the Evil Team rival card. Okay, so this time are they going to accept my Minccino or my Galarian Linoone? No, they are not, alright? Because they are always going to demand a Pokemon of the same color of them, which in this case is blue. But as you know, I cannot give away my Ivysaur since it's my starter one. So in this case, let's say that by that time my Ivysaur had 12 experience points. So they're gonna say, oh no, I don't accept Minccino, neither Galarian Linoone. The only blue one that I have is Ivysaur. So in this case, what's going to happen, they are going to reset all my experience points. So I'm going to lose all the experience points I have with my starter. So if it was about to evolve, it's going to get its experience points resetted. So I have to earn it all over again, alright? So that's what happens here. For them, it's good enough. They go away and also score just 1 point, okay? Moving ahead 1 space. It's pretty much like before, but here instead of giving away a Pokemon, they're going to take all the starters experience points. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check the third and last scenario. Third case. Now if the player's starter has no experience points to be lost, then the player is hijacked from the game for one turn. If playing solo, like with no one else, just you against the game, player resets the map without energy coins. Alright, so you're gonna have to reset it, start all the way from here, although you will have no energy coins, which is going to make you to move one space at a time, which is not going to be a big deal here in this map, since you only have 2 spaces before you have the chance to restore it. But if you're playing with more people, you're gonna lose a turn, alright? So everybody's going to play, and when it's your turn again, you're gonna skip it, and then after 2 turns, you're gonna be able to play again. In this scenario, the team advances 2 spaces on their board. Alright, so let's just mimic the previous example, but this time let's say it just happened to me, what we exampled before, and then right away, on my next turn, I go ahead and I draw another Team Rocket event card, making me go ahead and face again the evil team's rival card with the blue dot. Alright, so I'm gonna be pretty much screwed up. Alright, because now I'm going to lose for sure once more, but this time my starter Pokemon has no experience points, because I didn't have time to go ahead and farm it. Alright, so here in this case, it's very simple. I'm going to lose once more, but since now I don't have either a Pokemon to give away or experience points to be swept, this time the only thing that's going to remain for them is to take me away, alright? So that's why I'm going to be hijacked and stay away from the game for one turn. Although this time, because they had to face the worst scenario possible, they're not only going to score 1 point, but 2 instead. So instead of going to 4, they're going to go all the way to 5, okay? Moving 2 steps and scoring 2 points. So that's definitely the worst scenario, alright? So here are my tips for you. When playing this game, always try to keep your hand at the same page, alright? So if your strongest one is a green one, try to have most of your Pokemon green. If it's a blue one, try to have most of your Pokemon blue. And the same goes for all the other colors. But if you have a yellow Pokemon, try to have at least all the other Pokemon red colored, okay? This way it's going to be less difficult for you to face the yellow dot rival card. And of course, another tip is always to have experience points with your starter, alright? Doesn't matter, it could be just 1 point. If that was the case, they would sweep it, reduce it to 0, and then I'll be good to go, alright? Without giving them an extra point, alright? So always try to keep your Pokemon at the same page, in a way they are all in the same color. And to do that, you could put your stronger ones on the stash, alright? And always remember to have at least 1 experience points with your starter Pokemon if it's possible. Those are my tips for you. In the next video, we're gonna go ahead and get to know each one of the evil teams within this game series. But until then, I want you to remember that there's an epic version of this map right here, which regards a crossover between Lord of the Rings and Pokemon. So if you want to check it out, who are the evil teams in Middle-earth, don't forget to check it out, the video gonna be leaving up there in the cards. Also, don't forget to go ahead and follow me on all my social media. This way you can stay tuned about any new content here in this project. And of course, if you like gameplays and want to see me playing this game live, make sure to go ahead and follow me on the Purple website as well. Since there very soon, I'm gonna start to play this game almost every day. And if you like to get to know all about how the evil team are present in this game series and what happens if they beat you up, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video with everyone else you wanna play this game with. This way they can get to know all the rules just like you do. And of course, by sharing this video, you're gonna help me out spread the channel and reach my next goal of 1,000 subscribers. And here in this channel, every time I reach a goal, you guys earn a prize, which this time is going to be new content for the channel and also another mini map for you to play. Don't forget that you could always come here to the pokemonmastertrainer.com to check out the rules in a more interactive and visual way. You could always come here on the download button to request access to the printable files from my Google Drive. There you're going to be finding the content according to the publicly released so far, although it could be downloaded, printed out in order for you to assemble your own physical version of this game, alright? Just like a huge DIY. Although you gotta remember that in order to have access to the files, you must be a subscriber to this channel and also to leave a comment down below to let me know you requested, okay? If possible, also tell me the first half of your email. It's going to make it easier for me to find it. If you don't do these two simple steps, which is subscribing and leaving a comment down below, it won't be possible for me to give you access, alright? So if you are down to do it, please remember to do both. If you have any doubts, you could check it out the pinned comment down below. And if you like to play this exactly same mod I'm using right now to record this video and play Kanto map using all the Pokemon chips and cards from all the generations combined, so you should check it out on my Patreon's page. There you're gonna be able to sign up for an early access membership and have access and play not only this mod but also another 9 ones, which are going to include different game modes, which are the Express Game Mode maps, the Super Express Game Mode, which I have mentioned in this video, Evil Skirmish, and also the mini maps, alright? There are a lot of content, a lot of fun, so if you're down to play it online and don't want to wait for me to reach my goals, you should definitely check it out. The link is going to be down there in the description. And talking about links in the description, there you're also gonna find a link to the Logos by Nick Academy, a very cool platform full of courses which are going to teach you everything you need to know to become a logo creator master. This way you're going to be able to master the free softwares GIMP and Inkscape in order to have all the skills you need to create very cool logos, just like I created these ones right here for this project. Very good stuff, very affordable courses, so I highly recommend it. With those skills, it might even be possible for you to make some extra income. So I'm also gonna leave the link down there in the description. There you're also gonna find another link to a list of very cool products I recommend for you who's willing to build or even to renew your gaming setup. Alright, very cool stuff, very affordable as well. So if you're looking for something like that, please take your time to check it out, this list. I deeply appreciate it. And of course, I don't even have to mention that any course or products purchased through the links down below are going to support this channel a lot and help me out to keep bringing you even more content. Don't forget to ring the bell to be notified about new videos here in the channel. I hope you guys liked what we're talking about today, and I see you on the next one.